The Book of Boba Fett Episode 2 has dropped on Disney Plus today, so if you have not seen the episode and are not caught up with the show, click off right now, go bug your grandmother, ask her for a Disney Plus subscription, and then come back here so we can talk spoilers for the episode. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to That Has Project. I'm John Rolaza, and today we're talking about Episode 2 of The Book of Boba Fett. Let's try to keep this one short, despite this episode being almost twice as long as the other one. This is clocking in at 53 minutes, and it was a pretty decent one, I'm not gonna lie. I still prefer the first episode over this. This one had a lot of the same things as the first one had, and I feel like it accomplished just about the same thing as the first episode, only it took them a little longer. And I know that seems a little bit like an insult, but it's really not. Like, I still enjoyed the bulk of this episode. We get more of Boba in present day. You know, he's, him and his ruler of Jabba's palace now, or is it Boba's palace now, and he goes to find the person who sent these mercenaries after him in that first episode. I didn't talk about it because it wasn't my takeaway from that first episode. I just really liked the overall themes that they were telling and the vibe that the show was giving off, that it was this story written in stone. But we get more of him trying to track down who sent these assassins after him. Boba goes to meet with the mayor, in which the mayor tells him something about the twins are the real rulers of Tatooine right now in the underworld, and he's like, what twins? And then you start to hear this like drum beat in the distance, and I'm thinking, oh, this is gonna be a nice dope score from Ludwig, but no, it's like it's in the show, and it's a signal for like a ruler coming, a really big ruler, two really big rulers. So we get introduced to two new Hutts, like the species that Jabba the Hutt is, only there's two of them, I guess one female, one male. I'm wondering if the male is the son of Jabba that we saw in the Clone Wars movie. Maybe not, I don't know. I don't know who the female is. I didn't know that there was that many left of them. I thought maybe Jabba and his son were the last two. If you recall in that first episode, Fennec Shan told Boba, why don't you let us carry you? That's what everyone's used to, the ruler being carried across the streets like royalty, like the Hutts used to. And he's like, no, we're not gonna do that. We're doing things different, respect. But then these new Hutts come face to face with Boba Fett, and they start to have a dialogue exchange. And Boba knows Huttonese, like whatever that language is. He knows how to communicate with them, and that was a really cool like little moment. I liked him standing up for himself in front of the Hutts that everyone worships apparently. So already we're introduced to this conflict between two opposing sides, two people who think that they're going to rule the planet themselves, and it's Boba Fett and the twin Hutts. I like that concept, and I do want to dive more deep into the present day stuff. But this episode does, for the most part, take place in a flashback. You know, Boba goes back into the healing chamber, and then he starts to have flashbacks of him with the Tusken Raiders. He's slowly earning their respect, just like in the first episode, but it's more expanded upon in this one. It's pretty much the bulk of the episode, if you ask me. And it does conclude. It looks like it concludes. He gets the garb, or the robe, whatever you want to call it. He gets his own weapon, the Swiffer Galaxy Sweeper. Oh yeah, that's what you're gonna call it. Yeah, Swiffer, they expanded it to the galaxy far, far away. He gets his own staff that he crafted out of this giant branch from a tree after a lizard crawled into his nostrils and guided him to the tree. It was wild, dude, but I'm telling you, I really do like the vibe of the flashback stuff. It really does give it this importance and significance to the overall story, and it makes it feel like it's this ancient thing, this prophecy almost. I love that vibe of the show, I really do, but I was kind of over it a little bit in this episode. I think it went on just a little bit too long. And I liked where it ended up. I liked the context of it all, but I feel like it just took forever to get there. There was this train that kept driving past the camp of the Tusken Raiders, and it kept shooting at them every time. So Boba taught the Tuskens how to ride speeders so that they can catch up to the train, kill everyone on there, or at least capture them, and then he forces them to walk thousands of miles wherever. I forgot where he sent them, but that's what he wanted to do. He wanted to help the Tusken Raiders, and I love that, man. We're getting a change in Boba Fett. I know people want this freaking savage Boba Fett from the comics and all the expanded lore that we just never got to see him as in the original trilogy because, you know, he popped in and then got eaten. And I think all of that stuff is still there. All of the savagery in Boba Fett is still in him. He is learning to become a better person. This is character growth. Some people change. Some people do. I appreciate when a character can change his personality and change his ways as the character grows and becomes older and more wiser. This is not the same Boba Fett from the Empire Strikes Back. I love that we get to see a character's growth and a transformation done right. We're seeing it done really freaking well in this show, man. I just wish that they wrapped up the flashback stuff kind of quicker, maybe to make the episode shorter or just to give more time to the present day, because I don't know where you go from here. He's got the robe and everything. He's now like one with the Tusken people. Unless there's like a mission or two that's somewhat significant after that, I don't really know why we would go back to the flashbacks anymore. There's 5 episodes left. Remember, there's only 7 episodes of this show or season, maybe just the entire show in general. I don't know how long. I don't know if they're gonna go on for another season or not, but we could still do some flashbacks here and there, but I don't know if we can do another episode where the flashbacks take over the whole episode like this second one. First episode, my favorite parts of it were the flashback. The second episode, my favorite parts was when he was in the present day, you know, parading around looking for who sent the assassins, and then he encounters the Hutts. The Hutts have this bounty hunter that was kind of watching them, and it was this... Was he a Wookiee? He looked like a Wookiee, like with black, dark fur. And dude, he looked badass, dude. I had heard about some Wookiee bounty hunter. I wonder if this is the one that I heard people talking about. I don't know his name or anything, but that looks badass. I want to see more of him. I want to see Boba go up against this dude, because that dude looked like he's gonna wreck some shit up, like, for real. I don't really have much expectations for the rest of the show, honestly. I'm in for the ride. I want to know what they're doing. I want to know what the story is. I want to know how it plays out. That's really it. I'm not super in tuned in the rumor sphere and all that for this show like I am with the Marvel ones. I just want to know what they're doing, because I was so invested in that first episode, and I really did enjoy the second one, albeit the flashback took a little too long in my opinion. I trust Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau taking this show in a direction that they think is best, and I'm all there for it. They brought us to the promised land with The Mandalorian, probably with Clone Wars too. I don't know, I haven't seen all of it. And I hope nothing but the best for the Book of Boba Fett. I'm glad that this show is more of a hit with me than I originally thought it was going to be. I kind of just brushed it off as, oh, it's a new Star Wars show. I bet it'll be cool, but no, I'm really enjoying the storytelling aspect of this show, and I only hope that it gets better and better with those next 5 episodes. But guys, let me know down below, what did you think of the newest episode of the Book of Boba Fett? Are you caught up with the show? If you're not, I just kind of spoiled that for you. Leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you're new, guys, and be sure to comment down below your favorite part of the show so far. Mine has got to be the score and Tamara Morrison as Boba Fett. I just love those two things together. The Ludwig score is amazing, and Tamara Morrison is fantastic when he's menacing, when he's trying to be, you know, a little heartfelt, but he's still got that hard edge to him. It's a funny dynamic. It's kind of funny to me. I enjoy seeing that change in this character, and I'm hoping that it gets even better, guys. So you might want to stick around, because we still have 5 more episodes of this left. I will be covering it for the next 5 weeks, and be sure to stick around the channel, guys, because I'm starting a Batman movie review marathon. Starting tomorrow, you're gonna get a review for Batman 1989, directed by Tim Burton and starring Michael Keaton. I have not seen that film in years. I'm talking years. When I rewatched it, I didn't remember like anything from it. So it's gonna be a fun time to talk about that movie. You might want to stick around, guys. There's a bunch of content coming to the channel, and as I always say, there is more to come.